Hi, this is Stuart Lloyd here, talking to something only tangentially related to game books, and that's only because I did something about it. Um, I'm going to go through a game called Mystic Well. Yes, forget World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed. Mystic Well is where it's at. Well, just in case you don't know, Mystic Well is a simple dungeon crawler by Jim Todd in the 90s. I found it on an ST format cover disc magazine when I had an Atari ST, and the ST format was the magazine. And I'm going to show you, this will be part one of my quick playthrough of Mystic Well. I quite like Mystic Well because it's quite minimalist, and so there was lots to explore, but not in a frustrating way, which is like you die every time or whatever. So I'm going to begin a new game. Sorry, I'm working on Steam. I need to play it. There we go. So I'm in the Steam system. So this is Steam with a double E. So this is an Atari ST emulator. So I'm going to start a new game. So I could be a wizard, rogue, priest, or warrior. I'm going to be a warrior, and I need to have pretty decent strength and vigor to be a warrior. A decent agility doesn't hurt, but I'm looking for very good strength and vigor, maybe about 15 each. So I've got to roll through a few. What else could I say about Mystic Well? Yeah, it's pretty. I quite like it because I get to explore lots of things. And so I've explored quite a few because I played it quite a lot when I was younger. So I know pretty much all the nooks and crannies. But I'm going to show you a way to zoom through it to victory. And ironically, the best way to zoom through it to victory is by falling into lots of pits. I mean, falling in a pit is basically a shortcut. Usually a shortcut down. And in the game of Mystic Well, it's a shortcut to a lower level. It doesn't just sort of go splat into a pit between levels. I was tempted by that 16 strength, but the 12 vigor wasn't too hot. You might do a lot of rolling. And you normally go down into levels where, even though they're a bit dangerous, they, there you go, that'll be nice. I'll do that. I'll do nicely, I'll be here forever. Even though they're a bit dangerous, they're levels that you wouldn't normally, bits that you wouldn't normally access for ages. Right, so the sound's very minimal. There were no instructions for this game, so just in case, as through experimentation, the green is your health, so it helpfully gives you the number of health as well. That's what level I am. The red is my action, or my energy amount, so I'm in a nice little garden. I'm just going to find myself some shoes, increase my agility. There you go. My action went down a bit because it took a bit of energy to actually move and put them on. There's a rock. That's function number 2. The diamond is function 2. The sword is attack. So I'm swinging my rock. It is a throwing rock, so it's mainly used for throwing. The brown one is my food level, which I think is how fast you heal. So I'm going to eat a string berry. I'm going to eat 2 to send it to maximum. And the blue one is my water level, which I think is how quickly I restore energy. So I have a vial. If I put the vial over the well, I fill it with water, and then I drink it. Drinking water also restores 1 health point or more if you get a special vial. Here is a copper Bismarck, which is basically a coin, and I put it in the well. It disappears down the well, a gold galleon. So some walls and items can actually hold objects. Right, well that's everything I want. I'm now in a dungeon. I'll get an Oakwood Club. This blue thing with hieroglyphs on it is a spell. Softens. I don't know why it's called softens. Use this gold to wish for luck. I will. But basically, I think it's a kind of telekinesis because it causes physical damage. I know that because I was hit by one. I've been hit by a few, and the colour of the X's you get give you an indication of what kind of damage it is. So the strength, agility, reason, vigour. Strength is how much damage you do and how likely you are to hit. Agility is how quick you are and how likely you are to avoid being hit. Reason affects your spell casting, and vigour affects your life. So I have 15 health because I have 15 vigour. So as a fighter, I get the same amount of life as vigour. Right, so there was one of the first monsters. It hit me, so there were grey crosses to show us hit. I lost 5 life points, and then I swung my club at it and killed it. Toss treasure in well for much XP. So that's what the well is doing. It is increasing my experience every time I throw treasure into it. Here's my little bug. Bam. As a fighter, I can one-hit kill most of them. There's another throwing rock. They will be useful. You will find out why. Here's a bug. Bam! Bam! So I either missed him or didn't do enough damage. Oh, there's a copper Bismarck. There is a staff over there, but I think my club is better. Close that pit unless you fly. That is a reference to the rogue, which can jump 2 steps. So I've just closed the pit. I might be using it later though. Or, oh, that was quite nasty. Let's get an oak shield, a pine shield, sorry, pine shield. There you go. I've got 1 extra armor point now. So this protects me from physical attacks. The top one protects you from physical attacks. The next one protects you from fire. The next one down protects you from electricity. And the next one down protects you from poison. I got that off a website. It's almost impossible to work out. Although I realised that you can also match the symbols of your spells. I thought throw. Oh, I just killed him by throwing my club with the second function. Shuriken. Kill him there. Yes, so what I'm getting at is, I had to do a lot of experimentation. And also based on what increases what. So a pine shield is not a very magical object. So the thing it must increase is the physical stuff. Right, attack him. So as you can see, I'm not exploring this thing, so I know this castle intimately. I'm picking up a club. I'm on level 2 now, so my health hasn't halved. It stayed the same, but it's half of its maximum, which is what's happened. So I know what is a waste of time. I'm just going to show you the best bit. I'm swapping my club for a shuriken. Why could that be? Oh, that's why. Oh, the shuriken one hit killed the dog. I forget how good the warrior is at dealing damage. Oh, missed. Just have to swing melee in. Oh. So you can both throw clubs and swing with them. Which is why I didn't want the staff. Because staves are pretty... You can't throw staves. Right, as you can see, spiders aren't too fast, and you can do that to them. I don't know why I'm being so scared of spiders, because I'm well within my ability to kill them easily. Usually. There we go. And I've been put up to level 3 because a spider is a bit like a boss monster at this stage. I'll get my shuriken back. Copper Bismarck. That won't do any harm. That is Zolt Cola. As well as giving me some water. It means my energy is at maximum for a while. As you can see, there's a little slot under there, but there's nothing in it. There's usually things in slots, or a few clues. So I've just hit a teleporter. So the red one does the teleporting, and the green one does the receiving. So this is why I've picked up 3 clubs and a shuriken, because there are these poisonous plants, which can't move, because they're rooted to the ground. Oh, gone up a level. So I'm just going to stand and throw things at them to completely make them not work. Right, I'm just going to go down as a bat. Quite fast moving but fragile. Right. And there's another spell. This one's called Burning Hands. Classic D&D style. So I'll go back here. So I appeared on the green one, and it says step in here to disappear. Yes. Well, actually, I'm going to offload a load of stuff. There's a reason I've come this way. The reason being, I need a key. My way of getting through really quickly involves getting a key quite quickly. Oh, a dead end before I should. So basically, the way I am advancing, oh, there's a spell, but here is a slot under here. Oh, I found a wizard robe. So that increases my resistance to magic. Doesn't hurt much. Not great on a warrior, but it doesn't hurt to wear it if I've got nothing else to. Mystic Zap. So I found these little hidden routes that allow me to get powerful things before I did. So Magnetic Eye is a spell that gives me a compass. As you can see, when I cast the spell, the Magnetic Eye sort of hieroglyphic scroll thing disappeared. If I were a wizard, my special ability would mean it wouldn't disappear. Here's a bat. As a warrior, my special ability is to do a powerful hit with bear. You can do your special ability when you click diamond whilst having bare hands. Of course, I think the warrior's ability is the most redundant because the warrior has a pretty strong ability hit with a melee weapon. Anyway, let's have a look. Bam! There you go. Of course, it takes up all my energy. And by the time you get a magic weapon, it's completely redundant. Ah, yes, I remember something. I'm going to use this red meteorite on a snake, which is poison. Bam! So a red meteorite makes a fireball, but it stands where it is. Unfortunately, you didn't see the fireball because the red snake was already there. Right, Oakwood Club, don't need one of those. Copper Key, that's what I'm here for. I think there might be something useful in these two. Cut-offs, no harm there. An extra armor point. Leather shirt, as a warrior, I prefer the leather shirt. Throw that away. And a brass sword, that'll be better than the club. Can't throw it, but more damage. What's in this little room? An iron dagger, don't really need that anymore. Right, I've got what I'm here for. I know there's a poisonous spider wandering around. We might meet them later. But for the time being, I've got places to be. So, I am going back where I came from. So, it's really hard to get into the stores without an iron key. And, but there's the hidden teleport. Or you could fall down a pit, but when you do, you lose health from falling down the pit. And you are surrounded by monsters attacking you. Oh, another little bug. So the monsters here regenerate, but very slowly. And now I've got like 60 health points. The bug is no more than a pest. Right, I'm going to return from whence I came. I'm just going to stick these copper Bismarcks in, although at level 4, they're already pretty useless. I'm not going to gain much XP now. So I'm going to go in. I need to go here. So there are Jim's made 4 levels based on the classes that you have. So here's the Wizard Guild. I think I might go and visit the Wizard Guild actually, because there is something I need. And that's another key. So there are some vital items in this game, and keys are one of them. Apprentices don't take the wrong. I don't know what that means. There are very random things. Right, I'm just going to unlock that door, but I'm not going to go down it. I'm going to go here. Here's a fireball. The globe spell offers some protection. I might as well cast it. I don't really need it. There you go. Extra 12 there, extra 12 there. It goes down by 1. So this fireball is there. It'll also protect me from the fireball. I've lost 14, but that's fine. Lock portals never stop me. That's a silk shirt. I prefer my leather as warrior. I'm turning around. Dead end, or is it? No! It's a ruby key. That's what I'm here for. Fireglyph, another spell for attacking. So the ruby key is not treasure. It is used to do that. I'm going to kill this wizard. The wizard level is the easiest because the wizards are pretty fragile. There you go. Stick me up a level. And I'm not going to teleport now because I'm pretty fragile myself. And I'm going to get the most useful spell in the game. Two-step. It teleports you, makes you skip a square and teleports you 2 squares. So it can teleport you through walls and stuff. And it is the most useful spell in the game. And I will show you why presently. But for the moment, I need to go and get myself a powerful weapon that I should definitely not have as a mere level 5 warrior. So I'm going to Rogue City, where the rogues live. I'm going to go up lots of stairs. I forgot about. There is a standing. Not a 2-step. There you go. I was already protected by the globe. Sorry, I'm just going to pause a minute. Right, sorry, yes. So, had to go and do something. So, I'm in Rogue City. That I'm not actually going to explore. I've got the 2-step spell. I could use it to teleport over this pit, but actually there isn't much use to me in Rogue City, so I'm just going to fall down this pit. This is the most useful thing. I am now in the priest section. That portcullis leads out, but I'm going to go through this door. There is a pit at the end of this corridor. It's like somebody thought this pit was special because it's in its own special corridor. So I'm going to fall down it. I'm now in the warrior level in a room with a pit. I'm not going to go out the doors because there is a hidden wall here. So behind this hidden wall is flawed diamond, an iron helmet, it's useful, a gold galleon, not too great, a ruby necklace, that is treasure way beyond a level 5 thing, and this red sword, flame tongue. So let's just see how special it is. First of all, this brass sword swings with a grey swing. This swings with a yellow one, so it's magical. As you can see, my resistance to fire goes up by 4. And then what does this special thing do? It shoots fireballs! There you go. Right. I can hold the gold galleon like this, because I'm going to get my way out to the level I'm on by going in this pit. There's some Zolt Cola. Ignore that. Oh, is this person going to be a problem for me? Bam. No. No, that bug is not a problem. Oh no, the plant got me with poison. Can you see the green crosses? Yeah, dead. Dead. Yeah, I am now basically invulnerable to anything on this level and most levels in the game. Spellboard him for a laugh. This is the corridor that I found the copper shuriken in. Right, I'm going to go. Actually, the gold galleon is pretty useless, but I'm going to put it there. The flawed diamond is pretty useless. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to start a little collection here. Spells. Oh, hello. Bye bye. Let's put them all here. I'm going to keep 2-step though. That is a very useful spell. Right. Bam! Straight up to level 9. Right, I'm a bit thirsty. Okay. Right, where am I going to go next? Let's do this one for a change. Right, I need an iron key to get to the level below. So I could go through a whole load of monsters and things. I could go a quick way. Oh, and here I am in the stores, surrounded by bats, worms, and a spider. But I am one hit killing them, all of them. Bam! Yep, that's that. Sorted. Here is a human skull. As you can see, there are lots of remains around here. Ashes, and underneath them is the iron key. So Jim was very forward thinking. If you fell down a pit, he gave you a means of escape. But I'm going to go here. Requires a copper key. Bam. Oh, there's a dog there. Let's see if I can shoot him. Oh, and here comes a warrior, or prisoner, I think. One of the tough ones. That's where the warriors would be. This is the castle. Well, that is the treasury. But the treasure in there is a bit below me now. So I'm going to use the ruby key. As you can see, it requires a ruby key. So this is the crypt. So the crypt has two levels, the upper level and the lower level. The upper level is a big maze. And then you get to the lower level. And then eventually you find your way back to the entrance by stepping on a pressure pad that removes this wall. So behind her is a pressure pad, bam, that removes the wall. And now I have skipped the entire upper level of the crypt with the two-step spell, which is why it is so thin. Can I put this on there? No. So the grating does actually mean something. You can't put items on it. As you can see, this requires a blue key to open. Right, there's the pressure pad. Let's just go down for a bit. And as you can see, if you fall down the crypt, they've given the copper and the ruby key so you can get your way out. Here comes a mummy. Tough, but slow moving. There we go. 4 fireballs. Yeah. So there's a few juicy items around the crypt, but they're scattered. Zirconia is not very precious. Ring of Heroism is one of them, though. As you can see, look what that does. It has raised me a level, raised my strength by 4, my agility by 4, and my vigour by 4, and given me 15 points of resistance. And since it's raised my vigour, it has raised my history. So decanter has 3 lots of water. Green beans, I'll eat those to get some food up. There's more food than you can possibly need if you follow the quick way. That's a pine shield, that's a bit rubbish, same as mine. Dungeon shoes offer more protection than city loafers. There you go. There are some boots of Khan. Khan's a very legendary warrior who wore a lot of very good gear. Leather pants, that'll be better than the cut-offs. What else? I'm going to collect the empty vials, because some empty vials are enchanted, and if you drink from them, you restore more than 1 hit point, health point. And one of them, well, there's 2 empty vials that restore all lost health points. The Holy Cap, that'll increase lots of resistances. Mithril Ring, that would probably be good if I didn't have the Ring of Heroism. So, yes, so there is one scattered around here somewhere, and there is another one in a big hall that I am about to do. Right, this might be enchanted. No, it's not, but it's valuable anyway. A temple for the unholy of unholy. Not cool. There's a skeleton. Sometimes I just don't bother. Right. I'm just gonna. There's a load of bats in here. And there's a load of mummies. I'm just going to have a quick check. And the holy cap's pretty awesome. I'm looking for a blue pile. Oh, that's an iron shield. That's better protection. Don't go too far. Get lost. So oh, yes, the bell rings. There's lots of little random things that he didn't need to put in, but he did. Here comes some more bats. I'm just going to go away. One of these bats is a vampire bat, a vampire wizard bat. You can tell if the bat does not move close to you, because then it will attack you with its spells. And the tactic is to go close to it, because its range spells are more damaging to you than its melee attack. So you're just supposed to charge at it before it can zap you with its spells. So I should be playing it safe by maximising my health before I go in here. So I should have 190 health max. Oh, here he is. That's alright. Oh, now I'm on level 12. So I'm going to go here without being afraid. As you can see, there's a big pile of remains. And oh yes, stepping on something teleports you to another thing. As you can see, there's a pressure pad here. There's a pressure pad on all of these places, and they've just opened up some tunnels with mummies in. So actually I better flee before I get trapped. Thankfully the mummies are slow moving. And I can just shoot fireballs from the safety of outside the hall. Sound is quite minimal. Graphics are quite minimal, but it's a fun game. There is plenty to explore here. So I'm just giving the quick tour of the place. So there's a little bit of attrition here because lots of monsters wander around. Right, so let's get rid of these annoying bats. Someone survived a fireball. You can't tell if you miss or if you hit them and you don't do enough damage. Can you see a blue thing? Yes. Now this bar is great because look, bam, all the way up to max. I'm keeping that one. Why did I get treasure, you're asking? There's a well. There's more than one mystic well in this game. I know it's called Mystic Well. Singular. I suppose at this level, this shouldn't add too much. I'm just going to fireball myself. There's a reason for that. I'm going to see if this restores more than... No, that's just normal bar. It only restored one. But it's okay. This can restore everything. Right. I've got a few items to collect. I'm going to click on the well, just see if that's hiding a treasure. No. Right, and go. Right, fireball trap. Vampire wizard. Dead. Right, let's put me up to level 13. And a normal bat, for some weird reason. So, what kind of wonderful things do you get from here? The strange key. That's the mystical one. And then you go in here. Khan's Cuirass. Bam, look at that. Increases your vigour by 1. Look at the stat increase on that. Right, buy leather shirt. But that's not all. An iron sword. Oh, but it's magical. It increased my strength and agility and gives you a map. Can you see that square's a little bit white? That's because it shows us hidden things in that block. And the Staff of KKK, probably the least interesting treasure in here. It's got a green swipe, which means it's poisonous, and that is a death spell, which does no damage to undead creatures. So it's probably the most useless weapon to put in here. And also this, the Iron Saint, which has a magical thing and heals you. Drains your food and water quite severely, but very good healing thing. And since weight doesn't take into account, just the space, doesn't matter whether you've got a mace in there or a spell. The iron sword, so yeah, so as you can see, remember there's 4 classes: fighter, rogue, priest, wizard. There's like a really powerful weapon for each one. The Iron Saint is the priest one. The wizard one is called Mythweaver. The rogue one is called the Enchantress, and for some reason you forgot to give the iron sword a name. I'm going to go back where I came from. I'm not going to try the other one because that teleports me to a random part of the crypt. I'm going to leave the staff of KKK here because that is useless. Oh, hello, mummy. Bye, mummy. Right. I'm going to go back where I came from. Oh, yeah, I got pushed to the side. Yeah, the bell rings. Do not ask for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for you. I've got to put my ruby necklace in there. That is most probably a blank scroll. Yeah, some of those scrolls have spells on. I don't know why some spells are white and some are blue. I think the ones on white ones are kind of priestly spells, like bless, and they're quite protection-y spells. But I don't know if this is a bug, but only wizards can use them repeatedly, not priests. So there you go. A Staff of Strike, that's a good wizard spell. You can only use it once if you're a warrior or a non-wizard. So that was its melee attack. Its ranged attack was the soften spell. So there the cut-offs are discarded. So I'm just heading back to my I'm just heading back. It's quite a successful raid. Well, the monsters regenerate on this level. Stuff you. I'll let them live. Let's put it through there. That'll be fun. Right. That's what I need to do. I need to get what's behind this door. No bones. The 2-step spell. Oh, thought I still had the fireball. There's a mummy, isn't it? Yeah. Too slow. Why is the 2-step spell important? Because it does things like that. So a combination of the map and the 2-step spell is brilliant. Because you can just find ways. Oh, there's a spy there. Because you can just find ways round. Iron key that. Don't need the iron key anymore. You can find ways round blocks in passages and doorways and everything pretty much. So that is why it is so important. Now, shall I take you to find the rogue weapon Enchantress? I don't need flame tongue anymore. I don't really need the Iron Saint yet. I'll take you to find Enchantress, so I don't need my keys for this. Might stick that ruby necklace in the well. Bam. There's not much that's going to raise me up a level. So I've done barely any of this dungeon. I'm already level 14 just because I managed to find the easy stuff that raises you up loads. So I'm not going to get raised any other level until I get to the very top one, which I will do in part 2 because it's pretty much a war of attrition, the top level. It's full of lots of strong things with ranged weapons. So I need to go and get Enchantress. I need to go and get Enchantress and Khan's boots. Khan's boots could be... Are you still here? Right, there you go, you had your chance. Khan's boots could be anywhere. They're very useful. They're a blue pile of clothes. And also there's a vial that, when filled with water, completely heals you. Well, when I say completely heals you for about 300. Because I managed to get up to 500. Oh, those blue ones, they're about the only thing that can cause you trouble on this level. The other one being green pools of goo, because they can fire poisonous gas at you. So they have ranged weapons. Ranged weapons are very annoying in this game, unless they're your ranged weapons. Let's just get, so I am going to find Enchantress, so I know exactly where to go to find Enchantress. I need to go to the other corner. There's a steel sword. That's the best non-magical weapon you can get. Cryptberry. Didn't poison me. Quality emerald. Not bad. Oh, there you go. Oh, there's one other thing that is quite useful in this level, and that is a spell. There aren't many spells you need when you are a non-wizard, but Telepad is a good one. Whoops, keep thinking I've got a fireball. Telepad. There is another spell called Teleport, which I will get quite easily, and Teleport teleports you to wherever the Telepad spell was last cast. And the Telepad spell was last cast at the beginning of the game. It was last cast in the crypt. So you're there's a green blob of goo. And there's an emerald necklace, which is blue for some reason. That annoys me. That is also non-magical. None of my stats went up when I put it on. There is an emerald. Oh, I'm on level 15. Didn't expect to go up a level. Slaying random undead mooks, I'll be honest. Golden Raindrop completely cures you of stuff. Right, I've reached the end. No, I haven't. Oh, vampire. So I'm looking for a blue pile of clothes. Robe of Mercy. That's more of a priest armor thing. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Do you see that red teleport blob there? Now I need to be careful, because there are some squares that force you into different places, and there is a square here that forces you into the red teleport and then teleports you to the other side of the crypt, back where I started. And that's why I have the two-step spell. Why am I wasting the last two-step spell in the game? Well, I'm not wasting it, because I have the Enchantress, which is a permanent two-step spell. Two-step is so useful. Two-step plus the map is shortcut heaven. Oh, there's a pit that leads down there. There's a ghost. I don't think Khan's Boots. I think Khan's Boots could be anywhere on this level. Green Ghost. Takes a while to kill. You know, oh, that could be Khan's Boots. Or it could be a silk shirt. Oh, it's a silk shirt. Of course it is. Yes. When you get to the stage where killing monsters doesn't give you enough XP to get you up a level, probably best just ignore most of them. Just let them futilely bash at you, you know, causing you minimal damage. Silver Trunion, that's a silver coin, worse than usually. Skull Ring may or may not be magical. Nothing's as good as the Ring of Heroism. There might be better rings if you're a non-warrior, but I'm not sure what they could be. Yes. The green piles are always quite interesting. Elven trousers, they'll be better than leather ones. They increase my agility. Oh, this is about the only thing. Right, this is what I'm going to do. I would two-step and flee if he didn't have ranged weapons. Another emerald pendant. Ah, that one increases my stats. So I've got 2 vials. Hopefully one completely heals me. Shiny sapphire, not too good. Oh, this poisonous spider. This is a poison spider, and it's a pretty tough one, but I was lucky there. Flawed diamond. There's not much treasure that's very interesting once you're at level 15. The crypt can be quite annoying in the sense that... Oh, that's a pretty good ruby necklace actually. That improves all stats by a bit, which I prefer to improving one stat by a lot. Although the emerald pendant does improve the anti-poison stats, that's probably the best one. Khan's boots, there we go. Take that. Right, now I just need to know where I am so I can find the exit. Ah, perfect. That's more luck than judgment, to be honest. Right, back to the base. So I have everything I could possibly. I think I have everything I could possibly get. Hopefully, these vials, one of them, heals me completely, or 2 of them now. So then I've got everything I need. And then, okay, I'll stick that in. I will cast the telepad spell, so if I find the teleport spell, I will teleport back here, so that gives me a one-time escape route. So let's do this. Take it off, put it back on, so I'm not at maximum life. That's good. So that one is a healing one. That one is a healing one. So this one is not a healing one. Stuff you. Heal up. I'll leave the golden raindrop here. It's like a one-time full healing thing. But the vials are like reusable healing things. Okay. I need 2 keys. I need a ruby key and a strange key. Right, now I am ready to tackle the upper levels. Even though I've ignored the priest level, the rogue level, the warrior level, and most of the wizard level. So this is the very top level. So the bugs are breeding. First need a ruby key. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Go up and oh, mad robots. That makes gas. And a wizard. Yeah, for some weird reason the upper level has some really weak creatures. It needs a strange key. It needs a strange key again. Oh! I might have killed him. Yes, green is a monster. So they got around the 2-step thing by having 2 doors in a row, which makes me think that any use of the 2-step spell was a deliberate intention on the part of the creator. Because he obviously thought about it then. Oh, vampire wizard. This is a skeleton key, and I've not found anything it opens. I assumed it would open anything, because it's called a skeleton key and it's all colours. But no, it doesn't. There's a monster coming. Oh, see? Random. Right, well, I'm not going to take on any more of that. I'll do a part 2. So I'm just going to get my possible escape routes. Just run around, kneel to the god of putrefaction. Right, I'm going to the Wizard Guild again. So this is the sort of the level with a particular class that I'll spend most of my time in. That lock portal never stopped me. Well, there we go. I'm going to step in the teleport this time though. I should have bought Flame Tongue, but never mind. Right, smashed him. I'll keep going. I've got to be in the right teleport. If I went in the left one, I get teleported to someone else at the end of this corridor. See, the wizards are quite weak, even though they're quite powerful. I'm on level 16 now. Bam! I got fireballed. Here's the boss sorcerer. Still pretty weak. How's this water doing? Oh, 15. Not bad. Condense. If I were a wizard, condense fills up vials with water. One time is not very particularly useful. So what does that do? No, Alvin Trousers slightly beat it on a point of agility and an extra thing. Well, that's only 10. 10 out of 300 isn't very good. And here is the teleport spell for when I get in a sticky situation. Oh yes, I've forgotten something. I am now stuck all the way on the other side of the wizard level. There's a random use of the strange key here. As the map can show you, I still need to two-step into the room. And it doesn't particularly have anything useful because I know all the useful stuff is and I've got it already. So I just need to tediously walk back. I'm going to ignore the rooms. I might be on just over half health, but that is way more than any wizard on this level can take off me. Speaking of which, go on. I've got such high protection from things that it's not going to work. I could have just ignored all of this. I'll ignore the next one. Come on. He looks like he's wearing a onesie, doesn't he? As I said, the graphics are quite minimal, but they serve their purpose. Oh no, how am I going to get out of those pressure pads? What am I going to do? There's a wizard trying to kill me. Help! Help! Oh look, the walls don't exist. Oh, there's a ruby necklace. Oh, there's a bat! Oh, someone else is trying to wizard me. I'll just get it. Here's the locked door. Oh no, it's not locked. I unlocked it, didn't I? Bye. Where it was. Stick the diamond starlet in there. Drink some healing water because I can refill it now up to 320. And stick my keys in a pile. Right, and I am all ready to face the golden skull on the top levels. But that will be for another time. So in the 50 minutes, in just under 50 minutes, I have level 16. I'm ready to face the golden skull already. So it is a pretty good go. You could spend hours exploring this place. So there we go. I will just pause the video and I'll close this and see you for part 2. Have fun.